Hello and welcome to Taking a Look At once again. I'm ChocolateHat and I happen to be the idiot with the button this week. And with me, as usual, are Microblogganism.
Hello, I'm the idiot without a button this week.
Ha ha. And we've got a very smelly bear.
My button.
Smells like you, Miner.
Hey, buddy. I love that you're running Mint, by the way. I love you. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, cheers.
and that's his operating system. In case people don't get what.
The short of it is that hacks and scams don't work on it because
no one bothers to make things for it.
So all this global scamming shit doesn't work on my computer. Woohoo! Anyway, smugness over with. We also have Rhetoric and Discourse. Is it Rhetoric and Discourse?
Hey, how's it going?
It's research and development, R&D.
Oh yeah, well obviously, yeah. But that's his day job. And we kind of have a PurpleDan.
We have half. Yeah, we have half of a PurpleDan.
Yeah, we've got a PurpleDan.
Without the we have PurpleDan without the vowels.
Yeah, but so he's isn't I actually say it in a South African accent? Xenophobia. No. So hopefully he'll manage to get back in and have a good connection, and even more hopefully he'll come back in because he's doing the what's the name of the game? I forget.
Rawful. We're planning.
Rawful.
Yeah. We're planning to end slightly early today and then play Drawful.
Yeah, so that's always fun. And so what else to say? Yeah, all the links to all our channels in the description. And this week we are going to look at an astrology website, astrologer.com, which is a lot of fun because I love
astrologer.com.
Yeah, astrologer.com, yeah. Yeah. I think astrology is great. I love it.
And of all the nutty things out there, like this and like hunting for Bigfoot are probably like okay, fair enough. Like, you're not like
okay,
one or like advocating like something stupid. Like you're just being an idiot.
Well, I right now want to tell everybody out there that there's an amazing channel out there called Ralph the Movie Maker, and it's run by a guy named Ralph Seppi. He's fucking hilarious. But
is that the guy with the who thinks frigatives should be pronounced for 10 seconds?
Oh no, Ralph Smart that is.
No, that's Ralph Smart. No, Ralph Seppi.
Oh, okay.
He's a film student. He makes videos about like TV and movie, and he does like reviews of TV shows. He did one about ghost hunting shows that was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Ghost hunting.
Okay. I'll have to look that up.
But the reason why I brought him up was because he just did an episode recently about Bigfoot hunting shows. That is just, it's amazing. I love the man for making this video. It's so good.
I will definitely check that out.
Yeah, the ghost hunting videos are also really good. He just starts off at the beginning like ghosts aren't real, guys.
Yeah,
it just fucking goes from there. It's brilliant.
He's most assuredly a skeptic and an atheist. You can tell by just the shit that he says, but that is irrelevant. His videos are phenomenal. With that being set aside.
Well, I suggest he does a Loch Ness Monster one day as well, because that's always fun.
Actually, he kind of touches on the Loch Ness shit in the Bigfoot video, but only tacitly. It's not like he addresses it.
The similar kind of stuff, yeah. But
yeah, great channel, fun guy.
I want to officially, formally say right now on the record that astrology is a thing of woo, a thing that people say all sorts of stuff about. But essentially, when you strip it of all its crap, what it is simply something that actually just kind of makes sense. So, Western astrology is simply, it's a map of the solar system. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And it was used
like it's what actual astronomy came out of. But then you put a lot of like shit on top of it, like, oh, it affects her personality. Woo!
Well, I think that the League of Nerds kind of put it the best. It is, astrology is to astronomy what alchemy is to chemistry,
or beer making and wine making, perhaps as well, because there is an actual science underneath it.
Because it's like,
and it was useful for people. And what was interesting, if you've read anything about the history of calendars and timekeeping, it was not only useful, it was essential for ancient, especially once cultures became agricultural. It was totally essential for people to find ways of mapping whereabouts in the season they were.
Well, yeah, because the nomad lifestyle had kind of died out. You know?
Yeah. You didn't just wander around looking for food. You had to predict the coming seasons, and obviously
you're making it sound like they just chose a direction and walked until they found food.
Well, okay, not quite that simple.
Yeah, I know, but that's just the image I got in my head when you said it.
Yeah, to an extent though, it was lots of
they followed their food around.
Would follow their food around. Yeah.
Laws and look for food in a direction.
Yeah. So and the X, anyway, so people got into farming by various means and various times, and in order to plant a crop, you need to know what time of year it is, and that's what astrology started out as. It was a map of the solar system. So there's always been this tension in the what?
I said it was the original almanac. Like that's what.
Well, yes, and throughout history, there's always been this tension between solar, like sun seasons and moon seasons, because counting the sun is very, very counting the cycle of the sun is very difficult because it happens so slowly, and unless you live in the Nile region, there's no real indicator as what part in the solar year you are. Counting the moon.
Well, if you live in like the Antarctic, in the like South or North Pole, like above or below an Arctic Circle, there's a pretty clear way of telling.
Yeah.
My voice went really high there.
Yeah, okay. But a lot of people in between that wasn't quite the case, and so people would count it by the lunar calendar. And of course, the lunar calendar is wildly inaccurate when it comes to actually having seasons. So to this day, nobody's really found an accurate way of reconciling the two. In recent years we've got atomic clocks and everything. So
you have to biodynamic farming as well.
Oh yeah, biodynamic farming. No, don't get started on that. So what? So where, for me, where astrology all goes wrong is when people start, and we'll read later on. This guy who made this website says that he defines astrology as something to do with the way the celestial bodies affect things on Earth. Implying that there's a mystical connection.
Spooky.
Yeah. Shall we?
Yeah, let's because we have basically one main article we want to get through because it's quite hilarious. But before we do that, we just want people to appreciate that, like the pure light of like a coherent design in this page. It's quite beautiful in its own weird way.
Yes, it's almost like it's been taken on a portrait mobile phone and then been slapped on a web page.
So I want to point out that this actually looks like a time capsule of the 1990s, including the picture of the lady with a corded phone in like a big CRT monitor.
Yes, I'm just about to say that.
Like
I was about to point that out.
Like this is right out of 1990s. Like this is early HTML coding. This is hilarious.
You can hear the dial-up modem in the background.
Like really low quality images and lots of text, funky colors on the background. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Really bold.
This is optimized. Yeah, this is optimized for a 56K modem right here.
Brilliant. Right, so shall we have a flick through this homepage, or should you just kind of glance at it and move on? What do you reckon?
Hey, people in the stream can't actually see.
Ah.
Oh wait, they can't?
Well, then they should use their eyes.
No. Burn. Stop being blind, bitches.
Yeah, it switches off and on. But
there it is. It's back. Oh, no, it's off again.
And now you're showing our Skype.
Our Skype chat. Who can read that Skype chat all the way in the back there?
Oh, shit. Is everybody in the back of the classroom able to read that?
Okay, I'm going to turn it off here. Let's quit.
I mean, I can show the page, too.
I think it's a case of, like, if you have, like, a weak internet connection, I know it flickers.
Yeah, do you want me to share it, the page?
Yeah, sure.
That enthusiasm right there.
Son of a bitch.
Well, the thing is, you know what you're doing, and I don't really.
All right, let's see. I need that because the site that I have is the astrology, but you had the.
Yeah, Richard, while we figure this out, there is an odd thing. Like this site is technically two sites that is sort of like hosting on, like it's hosted on two different domains with two different names. Well, okay, they're a bit redundant. But like if you click go to home page on the page we're about to show you, you're taken to a different site than the one we just went to. Like it's really like it's like they're hosting one website on two domains, and both domains have their own home page.
This looks even worse on my computer because my Flash is out of date. So this is gonna be like, hello.
Yeah, it has some weird Flash thing at the top, which seems completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it uses Flash for like that one image at the top. So
they're not properly utilizing the Flash, bro. That's a superhero that needs to be used.
The Speed Force is not being used to its full potential.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a dork.
ChocolateHat, you need. Are you still presenting yourself to everyone?
Oh yeah, you got to present me now.
Oh God, right. Apparently no. Right, I'll try again. All right. Share, present to everyone. Everybody, all our regular viewers know by now that when it comes to operating the technology, I'm a bit.
No, you're presenting yourself now.
Yeah, you need
to present me. I think if you hover over me, you can see like the little down arrow, and then press that, and then say present.
Present to everyone. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, so I think this is funny.
No, now you went back to yourself.
No, it's me. Well, it's me on the stream, so.
Yeah, just click on Rhetoric.
Yeah, just click on Rhetoric so that it doesn't switch back and forth.
Yeah,
you see, I've done that, and that's me now.
Oh, okay, it's set, and you can turn you can turn your screen share off. Just saying.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. There we go.
Sorry for the technical problems, people.
It's my fault as usual.
Okay, so So I want to share a little story real quick. All right, so since my email is the moderator on this channel, I get emails every time you bastards log in. And I've been wondering for like weeks, who the fuck is using a Mac?
Oh, that's all me.
And I guess we know now. I guess we know who's using the shitty Mac. Yeah, I said it. Macs are shit.
I'm sorry, how many of us are doing this from not their phone?
Excuse me.
Technology burn.
Hey, look, I put some ointment on the burn, and that's fine. But the point is,
No.
You have internet right now, you cock-guzzling bastards. I'm just fucking. I love all of you equally, except I love Micro more. Just kidding. I love all of you equally.
What about me? I'm all sad now.
I feel simultaneously like happy and sad that you don't love me more.
Micro. Oh, okay, so real quick, Micro's my OG fool, way back in the day type cat. So, as a matter of fact, I think Micro was like one of the first people, other than Oscar, that I really tried to reach out to on YouTube.
This is getting all odd. This is an oddly personal and emotional tangent we've gone into. Just saying.
Hey man, it can't always be bullshit. Sometimes we got to give people a window into our lives. Sometimes they care.
This is the conversation you have when you're like really drunk, when it's just like, I love you, man. I love you.
I love you so much, bro.
You're always there for me, bro.
No, all of you have an equally big share of space in my brain. I was about to say heart because.
Okay, I say, because it's a fairly long article, we are trying to stop early, so I say we stop this tangent. It's better to have tangent about the stuff we're actually gonna read.
It has been 20 minutes and we haven't actually started.
And that's my fault.
No. We talked about what astrology means to us. Well, I have anyway.
Click the fucking button.
Right, who's clicking the buttons now? Is it R&D?
Okay,
yeah, because it's his computer. We can control his computer.
Right.
At least he doesn't know about that we can.
All right, so where are we going now?
You see it down at the bottom right.
Astrology and science? Astrology and science.
That one.
Right. We're starting at the beginning?
But I want you to read the thing that's like the headline thing at the top, the header.
Okay. Womp.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll start since I'm sharing, and I want to read very little. Empirical astrology. Why it is no longer acceptable to say astrology is rubbish on a scientific basis. Oh, they got some proofs.
They're gonna lay down the evidence.
There's gonna be some truth bombs here about astrology.
Boom!
Yeah, some hats might get eaten at this point. Who knows? Right, carry on.
On April 6th, on 6th, oh God, that's not how you write that.
It is. You'll find this is very British. You'll find skepticism written in the British way, which will boggle your mind.
No, I'm used to writing it like that, so actually not.
Yeah. So that's how you write dates in this Windy Rock.
You put the 6th though?
Well, yeah, you put the day, then the month, then the year.
Yeah.
We do it.
Yeah. No, that's not it.
Come on.
The problem is there needs to be a the.
Yeah, that's good. We can write it that way.
On the 6th of April.
Well,
yeah.
Yes, but that's not done a lot of the time. I mean, this is quite right the way they've written it. Of all the points on this page, the date is not the word.
Good job, Paige. You got the date right.
That's just how we do things this end, this side of the pond.
We're gonna make an offshoot of taking a look at that is called checking if pages get dates right.
Grammar check.
Combine that with
pointing shit out.
We've got a PurpleDan, by the way.
Yeah.
We got two of them.
But hey,
sort of here. Fucking internet.
I love you, Dan.
I was
Okay,
trying to
someone
think that
start
my internet
reading.
is what?
Sorry, we need to get into this.
Yeah.
You're a little behind the time here. We're having a very loving moment.
Oh yeah, with the date and stuff. Oh, that's the correct way to write the date, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, smallest to largest, you dum-dums.
Yeah,
Come
which
on,
is one of the conspiracy theories about the London bombings on 7/7 is
Jesus
that
Christ!
the powers that be chose 7/7 so that Americans could understand the date as well as the British and get the same day. And the 9/11, which is the 9th of November. Anyway, carry on.
So, because we're talking about days, Gio told me this earlier, so I'm going to tell him. Michael Moore, who's a documentarist guy.
Fat slob.
Yeah, fat slob documentarist, dude. He made a movie called Fahrenheit 9/11, all about September 11th and all that. And I guess now he's making a new movie, and it's called Fahrenheit 11/9, and it's a Trump movie. And I thought that was, it's like, you know what? That was a really good like, I gotta give it to him. That's a very lucky day that he got that. Like, you know what? I gotta give it to you on the day. Like,
That's sort of clever.
yeah, like, all right.
Unlike this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, shall we get past the very first four?
Can we get back to the article?
All right. Let's read this the British way. On 6th April 2010.
No, it's on the 6th of April.
This asshole didn't put a dot
Stop.
in there. So
Okay,
it's gonna be on 6th.
Get over it.
I'm gonna start filming this motherfucker. Don't start reading.
I'm gonna pull this hangout right over. Micro, stop poking your sister.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
For God's sake.
I need to go potty. I need to go potty.
I have to pee. You peed 2 seconds ago. I have to pee again.
Oh, all right. I posted a note on the Equinox Facebook page stating my objection to a well-respected scientist declaring that astrology is complete rubbish on a spectacular BBC TV series, Wonders of the Solar System. I strongly feel that his comment was not based on any investigation into astrology, was unfounded, and was not appropriate in an educational program about astronomy. Someone got butthurt.
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
You said
That's
mean
pretty-
things about the things I like.
But I think it's for realsies, guys.
Okay, I have the next paragraph.
Oh, you.
Since then, I have answered a huge number of posts from skeptics who disagree with me.
Can I just point out that skeptics is spelled properly according to British?
Yeah, British.
Oh, is that got a C instead of a K?
Yeah.
And it doesn't say septic either.
It does say septic.
No, it doesn't. Septic.
As the same points and questions are being asked, are now being repeated, I want to set out my position. This is not an attempt at an academic thesis. What was it? Treatise. I couldn't read it because of the pixelation. I can't speak on behalf of all astrologers, and I'm not here to defend the work of every astrologer or motivate or the motives behind every follower of astrology. Oh, that's nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Now we gotta win text box because why
Here's
not
my case.
just randomly put a paragraph in a text box?
Yeah. I'll take the text box. My turn. Yeah, you've highlighted it. Here's my case. Though we don't know how it works physically, astrology is not a faith. You can experience, observe,
No, it can't. No, it can't.
and know how it applies firsthand.
No, it can't.
There's an echo on my computer. There are sound reasons why it has proved so difficult to test the real practice of astrology under scientific conditions and why so many tests have been flawed. However, some simple experiments have yielded results that are consistent with a scientific basis to the fundamental premise of astrology, even though the practice is an art rather than a science.
Wait, I thought this was science from the beginning.
Wait, so it's empirical astrology, but it's art, not science.
And it's really difficult to test under proper scientific conditions, apparently.
That doesn't make any
However,
sense.
some simple experiments have yielded results that are consistent. Oh, simple in what way, though? That's the that's a question begged already, isn't it?
Did you guys ever watch James Randi do his thing with astrology, where he
so did this person.
Yeah. Oh, the day about giving everyone the same.
They get butthurt over him later.
Oh.
Yeah, and about Richard Dawkins doing his Enemies of Reason astrology.
Yes.
Well.
it's quite beautiful.
Yeah, and anyway, shall we carry on? Because we'll get there if we concentrate.
That right there is going to be the sentence that gets us off topic.
PurpleDan, are you there?
Yeah. I can sort of, kind of make out what you're saying, but it's really shit.
Well, why
can you see and read what's on the screen?
It's blurry, but I can sort of read if it just stays still for long enough. So
that's
astrology is the study of correlation between positions and movements of celestial bodies and life and physical processes on Earth and the resulting practices.
Well, that's not strictly true. But anyway, carry on to the end of the sentence.
But,
also, that's known as tides.
Yeah, so gravity is supposed to affect, well, not even gravity, like, well, technically, you can feel Jupiter's gravity while saying, you can calculate it.
Yeah, but you can you can feel like the sun and the moon's gravity affect life on Earth, and so does the light from both of them. That's pretty much it.
But then again, I mean, we can really be pedantic and try to calculate what gravity you're feeling from Betelgeuse, the star, because I mean.
Well, yeah, okay, technically, yeah,
But I mean, my point is, what astrology is just mapping the position of the planets within the solar system. Astrology doesn't really, needn't really have anything to say about its impact on life on Earth. That's what this particular astrologer is claiming. But the definition varies from person to person, I guess. But
well, I'm still hard pressed to figure out what the fuck that has to do with life, and at the same time, emotions, your future, and all that shit. This is what
they're gonna try to explain that.
Yeah,
with try being the keyword.
Western astrologers work with the sun and the moon, the planets, including Pluto.
Not a planet.
Well, I'm happy that they say including Pluto, just to put it separate, because But then
we're very inclusive.
I mean, if they're going to include Pluto, then they at least should have give a list of all the other dwarf planets in our solar system, including some of the trans-Neptunian objects that are really fucking big. Well, within the solar system, obviously. But yeah, I'm talking of you guys because all I'm hearing is.
To be fair, that is what we're saying.
Like micro is in fact
yeah, that's
that sounds like the beat to a pop song.
I reckon Smelly hasn't read anything yet. Your turn to read the next paragraph.
Okay, so what I need you to do is I need you to hit Control on your keyboard and then slide up middle ball on your mouse, because I can't see a goddamn thing that's on this screen.
What, me or R&D?
Yeah, he wants them to zoom
Wait,
in.
he's got a Mac, so that might not work. Okay, so I think it might be function.
He wants you to zoom in.
Hey,
He wants
you
you
know
to zoom in.
why don't you use your two fingers on your phone screen to zoom in?
I can't.
Why don't you use the why don't you use the second finger, the longest finger, and just like curl all your fingers up and use that one finger to point where you are?
Okay, send me the link in the chat or something, because I've been literally just following y'all on.
Oh, you can't see. I zoomed in, so I don't know why you can't. Oh, maybe you can't see it. Oh, because it's sharing my whole screen, not. So I can zoom in on my end, but it doesn't show up on the stream.
Oh, lame. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell somebody to send it to me on.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And sending to you on Twitter.
How sweet.
Oh, on Twitter, I can't. I'm not in Twitter.
Well, it's a conversation between me and Smiley, so you wouldn't be able to see it in any case.
Okay.
I've just noticed on the page a picture of James Randi with a caption saying, "Illusionists offer entertainment, not to feign or undermine science."
Okay, so what paragraph are we on?
The one that says astrologers goes far beyond blah blah.
It's right after what is astrology.
There we go. All right, so astrology goes far beyond the popularized sun sign columns published in the newspaper and magazines. Astrology should not be confused with fortune telling, palmistry, psychic or tarot reading. Oh, I thought they were going to keep going. Nor is modern Western astrology a belief system like a religion.
Wait, I thought earlier they said that.
Entirely true.
I thought earlier they said that that it affected your future and the thing.
Well,
like
they,
but it's totally not fortune telling.
Well, this website so far hasn't mentioned that it affects your future. All he said is that it affects life on Earth and event. I can't remember, but it was. He didn't say futures. So it sounds like this guy is actually coming from a less far-fetched view of astrology than.
No, he isn't.
Well, so far.
No,
anyway.
his list that he's about to draw out really doesn't convey that at all.
Yeah, okay. I would like to read that list.
Well, great. Well, let's do it.
Go ahead.
Right. Okay. These are the main arguments put forward as to why astrology is rubbish.
It's just plain common sense. I don't think anyone has ever made that argument. The signs of the zodiac are wrong. I have no idea what they mean by that.
Yeah, I can tell you what that means. It's called the precession of the.
Yeah, because technically we aren't actually in the zodiacs because that whole thing.
Yeah, but I mean that applies perhaps to Indian astrology, but that doesn't, because Western astrology charts the position of the sun. That isn't really a valid criticism.
What a zodiac you are is based on where the sun is, which constellation.
So in versions which reference it to distant star constellations, and that could be a criticism. But in Western astrology, where the zodiac position is just a name for a portion of the sky as measured in degrees, and it's not really a criticism of astrology. It's everything else that you can criticize it for.
Astrologers work from the moment of birth and not the time of conception. I don't know why there's a question mark at the end.
Yeah, because when you get a birth chart, it's given on the day that you're birth, and the argument is that you are. I know what the argument is. Like, it's shouldn't it be from when you're conceived? But what I'm wondering about is why there's a question mark at the end of that.
Yeah, that sentence should read, and now there's the time of conception, but conception? Yeah.
No one knows
that's how I ask questions. I ask questions by making my voice just higher pitched.
Well, that's because your mother tongue is Spanish.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that? I mean, that's a thing.
That is how you ask questions in Spanish.
Isn't that how you ask questions in English?
Well, it's the only way you can ask questions in Spanish.
All right. Okay.
Hence why in Spanish you have the upside down question mark at the beginning of a sentence, so you actually know that it's a question.
Yes.
Okay, so
actually, I have a hard time with English because I ask questions a lot. I say sentences as questions a lot, and I intone them in Spanish, and then people give me weird looks as if because they can't figure out if I'm asking a question or if I'm giving them a statement.
See, I don't know, maybe it's because I've hung out with so many Spanish and French speakers that I'm kind of used to that.
Yeah. No, I struggle here in the States. People don't know if I'm asking a question or if I'm making a statement.
Mm. You see, there's certain dialects of English where people will say a statement but intone it like a question. It might get really confusing then.
Yes, that also.
Yeah, Australians and people from London do it all the time. You say a statement like it's a question, but it's not a question.
Oh yeah, you can do. Anyways, no one knows how astrology works. That's because it doesn't.
Surprise!
Scientific tests show that astrology doesn't work. Yeah, that's a pretty good argument. Where's the scientific evidence for astrology? That's basically the same question as the
Yeah, except what this guy does is he mentions all the tests of all the scientific studies that have purported to show that astrology works on this website. If you click that link, you can see them all. And the most famous one, the one from Paris, is in there, and with all its
and they're all shit.
So that's going to be fun when we come to that.
Astrology is at odds with scientific knowledge and modern philosophy. Not sure why modern philosophy there, but yeah, it is at odds with scientific knowledge.
Well, if you listen to people like Gary Edwards, then the philosophy of science apparently is an important part of doing science.
Well, yeah, it is.
So I think he knows. I can forgive that.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe, yeah, okay. I can see that. Astrologers defend astrology to protect their vested interests. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just basically a fact. Astrology is not a science. Correct? It's not. It's shit.
Yeah. I mean, it may have been a science at one point, and astrology.
No, it was never a science. It was something that led to something else that is a science. It was never a science in and of itself because it was developed and discarded before science was a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Just go look at what happened to court astrologers during the early Chinese empires and dynasties. Those people were treated like shit unless they happened to get it right.
Yep. That might be a kind of a great job. You just say whatever you want and then hope that, one of them comes out right.
I think that's all being an astrologer.
But the downside to it is you often get killed by your king if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, no, then you have to do what the that vagueness thing. If you cross the river, a great nation will fall. It's all right.
Oh, it was your own.
It was your own. I warned you about it, but you didn't listen to me.
There's history of when astrologers have not predicted things like Halley's Comet and been killed by was it Charlemagne who killed his astrologer because he didn't predict Halley's Comet, and then some foreign army invaded and anyway.
Yeah, it was the Normans.
Fun time.
Are we still on the list, or are we done with the list?
We're done with the list. Fuck that part. It's just something I'll address these points. Let's get to the points.
Proof by assertion.
So basically, by asserting it, it's true.
Yes. In response to my post, a great number of skeptics have asserted that astrology is rubbish.
Oh, words to that effect. Yeah, I was about to say, most skeptics probably didn't call it rubbish. They probably called it bullshit.
I'm pretty sure there was an F-bomb in there somewhere or another.
Yeah.
Most were unable to back this up with sound arguments or empirical study or show an understanding of what astrology is.
In other words, they like, I didn't want to listen to them.
Yeah, I always hate that, you don't understand what I'm talking about. And it's one of those things that, yes, when you're talking nonsense, it's hard to fucking understand.
Are you awake?
Oh, God.
I'm so woken right now. Whoa.
Take that right.
I'm woke to the max, bro.
My woke is over 9,000. I'm so woke. I haven't slept in 10 years.
I love you so much.
I can keep going with these. I have a lot of them, but I
know you could.
Some declare, "Why bother? As it is common sense."
Well, okay, I sincerely doubt that any actual proper skeptics would ever say, "Oh, it's wrong because it's against common sense." Because
usually I hear the common sense argument come from the
other side
more than I ever hear it come from the skeptics.
Yeah, because most skeptics know that common sense is
bullshit.
It's basically useless in most cases. It's intuition. Yeah, common sense is basically just it's a combination of cultural stuff and intuition. That's what common sense is.
Yeah, and it makes sense that it works for us, and 80% of the time it works for most of the situations that we're in. But science takes on situations that we're not usually in. Yes, our common sense is very good at getting us day by day in the world that we live in.
It's good if you want to survive in the African savannah.
Yeah, but anything beyond that, it's just you gotta drop it. Fucking even driving a car, you need more than common sense for that. Even though that's a thing that we all do all the goddamn time.
Seriously, that's actually a fairly decent point.
Yeah. Maybe this prejudice by self-styled rational skeptics is based on feelings of intuition or
septic.
Well, they keep spelling it septic. It's not my fault they're spelling it wrong.
That's the proper way of spelling it, by the way. You guys don't know.
Not this shit again.
It is not based on reason. Yes, that is correct. Depending on the
no, it's not correct. They're saying that the skeptics.
The skeptics are not basing their skepticism on reason. All right. Depending on the matter of presentation, these types of arguments without facts or correct facts fail. What?
Without facts or correct facts
fail.
That's by definition, a fact is correct.
The word. Arguments without facts or correct fact fails. That is not a good sentence. That sentence. If it's not correct, then it's not a fact.
Then it's an alternative fact, also known as a lie.
Fake news, right here.
Yeah.
Alex Jones here. Sorry.
No, you gotta tell us all facts.
Smelly. What I want you to say in your Alex Jones voice is, "I lost my kids."
I love my kids.
Thank you. You did. Yeah, he lost custody of his. Alex Jones lost custody of his kids, and his defense was that all the shit he says on his show.
It's just an act.
It's just an act. He literally just went out and said, "Oh no, it's not true. I'm just it's pretend. It's all pretend."
Yeah, didn't he backpedal on that though? Like, no, wasn't that? That's what his
Yeah.
lawyer said. But then he backpedaled on it on his show, right?
He basically, like, after he lost, said, yeah, that, like, he basically said that the lawyer said that he should say that so he, like, could get them.
Yeah.
So he needs to please the right person at the right time.
Yeah.
Which that in and of itself should ring alarms at any Alex Jones fans. The fact that he's willing to admit that everything that he has done was a lie just to accomplish this one thing.
The problem is that the alarms inside the heads of Alex Jones fans is already ringing.
Oh,
They're already ringing with a lot of bullshit. They don't have time to ring for him.
It's just like a cacophony of noise inside their heads.
And a picture of Obama with a Joker face.
It's all Obama's fault. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, fuck you, Obama. Yeah, what a jerk.
That Obama is such a Hindu.
He is. He's not even he's not even American. He was born in Hawaii. That ain't America.
That ain't America.
I heard this. Russian.
That's an Asian country.
Well, it's closer to Asia than it is to us. That's why it's fucking hilarious.
I think the word you're looking for is Pacific.
A place on the globe because it's like half the globe or something. Maybe that's just the traditional projection. I don't know.
Okay, let's see if I can re-say this stupid sentence. Whoa, I heard a kitty.
Yes, you did.
Facts fail on a number of basic logical fallacies. Appeal to emotion, proof by assertions, and arguments from ignorance, and a straw man fallacy.
Oh, I love me a good list of fallacies.
Oh, we're gonna do his flying spaghetti monster next. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that, and I'm not okay with that.
I think it's Dan's turn.
Down.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's my turn? My turn for what?
Reading.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the flying spaghetti monster or straw man fallacy. Some critics argued that it would be nonsensical to do an empirical study on simply to prove that the existence of a flying spaghetti monster or another imaginary creature or that a teapot orbits the sun.
It's Mars, not the sun.
Bertrand's teapot.
Yeah, it's Mars, not the sun. Get it right, idiot.
Well, it's false, so why fuss about astrology? An argument based on this type of analogy is known as the straw man fallacy.
Wait, what? No, it's not.
It really isn't. It really fucking isn't.
That is in no way. That is in no way a straw man fallacy.
Well, just so everybody knows, a straw man, whenever you set up a cartoonish caricature of something so you can easily knock it down. This is not that.
No, this is an analogy. This is a response to when people say, "Oh, but you can't prove it's not true." This is a response. Yeah, it's a response to the shifting when people shift the burden of proof. It's not like that is in no way a straw man fallacy. What the fucking fuck?
Yeah, it's surely it just goes against all reason.
All right, who's next?
I think Smelly's next.
Smelly?
Smelly?
No.
We lost Smelly.
Right, we're in the. Is it point one?
Yeah,
one?
point one.
Astrology is not a belief system. The claims can be tested in individual cases, and even professional skeptics from
Ciscop.
Believe that it can be. What the hell? I'm going to find out.
I think it's an actual like skeptic organization that tests like paranormal claims. I can't remember what it stands for.
All right. Trying to. Oh, it's a.
Oh yeah. Center for
Committee
Scientific Inquiry.
No, committee. Committee for Scientific Investigation of Claims of the Paranormal.
There it is.
And the link takes them to their own page on that.
It does, yeah.
Anyway. So, and even professional skeptics from Cisco believe that it can be tested objectively.
I see.
Yeah,
well, no. Yes, it could be tested objectively.
Yeah, it can. You can go you can go to an astrologer, get a prediction, and then see if that prediction comes true.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then that's evidence that it doesn't work.
Okay, I've just clicked the link that is the reference there, and it's a reference to their own page. Surprisingly, there's a pattern here. U-turn in Coulson's astrology test ? By Robert Curry. And there's a whole article about this U-turn apparently in Coulson's astrology test.
Yeah, it's also actually linked. There's a little link in the thing on the right side to it at the top.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, there
it is. Yeah. Right, so number 2. Who's reading number 2? Should I carry on with number 2? Astrology is not some arbitrary New Age theory. Astrology has existed for over 5,000 years.
I mean, I guess by definition, it wouldn't be New Age. It'd be Old Age.
Yeah, it's ancient.
Yeah, I mean, gotta give him something. Throw him a bone. He's got a website from 1995. You gotta give him something.
Thousands of book titles, dissertations, and journal articles appear in major academic libraries, conferences, schools, postgraduate studies, practitioners, and businesses are dedicated to astrology.
I cannot imagine a single postgraduate study with any amount of legitimacy.
I've just clicked the link. And it's a link to their own page, unsurprisingly. And it's some bollocks. I'll read it later. It's considered.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's a list of. I mean, it's their own page. It's a collection of stuff. Yeah, there are 4,067 physical astrology books registered at the libraries of Oxford University, and it says some stuff, and I'm not sure where they get that from, but
they have books in libraries, which is hilarious because Harry Potter is also in libraries.
Well, exactly, yeah. So astrology.
Elron Hubbard is in libraries.
Yeah.
Astrology is considered of value to millions of individuals. Appeal to popularity around the world. Before anyone misunderstands this argument, to tradition or an appeal to popularity. Here's me thinking it was appeal to popularity. These facts do not make astrology valid. Correct.
So,
however, this alone makes a compelling case that astrology deserves investigation before being written on.
We already did that.
Yeah. No one's saying don't investigate it. Everyone's just saying we investigated it already.
I mean, all the investigation it takes is basically looking over like a horoscope and saying no, all of this is bullshit.
Apparently, if you read the studies by Gourlecon or whatever his name is, you can get a bit more in depth than that, but yeah, it's not without problems though, that study. So who's going to continue? Because I'm on a roll here.
I want to read. Even if astrology were one of the unfalsifiable, I hate that word. I don't hate the word as in I don't like the word. It's a good word. It's a perfect word. I just can't say it. Myths, which is not. Yes, it is. Well, no, it is. It's not unfalsifiable. That word. Unfalsifiable. I hate that word. It's not. It's perfectly testable. It makes testable predictions, and it failed them.
It is a perfectly falsifiable myth.
It is not good science, or it's not good science. No, it isn't. I agree. It's not good science. Astrology isn't good science or good sense, nor good humanity. That's how you say. Is that how you say that? To ridicule myths or rule out cherished beliefs or deny experience of others. It's hubris. Okay, that's not what hubris is.
Again, it's a link to their own website. Hubris or hubris. Excessive pride or lack of humility resulting in ill treatment of others to enhance the transgressor's superiority, which ultimately invites his or her ruin.
That's this guy. That's the guy that runs this fucking website writ large. Like that's he's acting on hubris. He knows that his shit is bullshit, but he's still trying to propagate it anyway.
That's not what hubris means. Hubris,
I know. I was using it incorrectly.
I know. But like those things aren't hubris. Like saying something is ridiculous because it is, and like making fun of it. Ha ha ha. That's what we're doing. That's not hubris. Hubris is like, well, in its original form, it's like trying to become more than the gods, and then you get nemesis, which is what happens to you, which is where the word comes from.
So you continue reading what is written here just to put all that into context, because it's
yeah.
So a black swan. Oh, go on.
Yeah.
So is his whole claim about hubris? Is this an ad hominem attack? Because he's just telling people.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Like he's not. No, he's not. He's not saying we're wrong just because we call people names.
No. Him calling skeptics hubris is an ad hominem attack, right?
It kind of is. A black swan was once considered a mythical creature. No, it wasn't. It was just considered something that doesn't exist. It wasn't a mythical creature. I used as a metaphor for something that was ridiculous or impossible. No, it was just used as a metaphor for things that doesn't exist. Like no one was saying it wasn't possible. In the blah 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 black swan sickness attractors. Yeah, I'm gonna skip over the fucking year, but I'm gonna stick with actually pronouncing the scientific name. Yeah, was discovered by Europeans in the Western Australia. Yeah, there are. That's not an argument. Like you just said that it was a metaphor for something that doesn't for something that's ridiculous and impossible. It's a metaphor. Like the fact that actual black swans exist isn't an argument that's not about that's not how that works. Like you can't disprove the use of a metaphor by finding a real example of if you took the metaphor seriously. That's not how that works. Point of the black
swan? That's the entire point of the black swan fallacy, though, isn't it? As far as I understand it.
Yeah, it's that the whole point is that impossible you will eventually get statistical outliers. Like you can't. No, not statistical outliers.
No, it's just because you've lived your life only ever seeing white swans doesn't rule out the possibility of
what
black
they're basically
swans.
saying here is because of the black swan thing, we should take astrology seriously, which is the black swan, that's it's a good rule. Don't just outright reject stuff. You can't know everything. There's also always the possibility that you might be wrong. That's not that doesn't mean that we shouldn't take into account the possibility and the available evidence. Like the more white swans we see, the more confident we can be that white swans like the black swans don't exist, like metaphorically.
Yeah, but we only have to see one to say to show us it does.
They do.
One day. Anyway.
Yep.
Oh, my mind's bent and broken. Let's carry on.
Did you pronounce the black swan name?
Yeah, I did. I just skipped the year because I hate English. I hate English numbers because they're pronounced in like the opposite way of Danish, so I get confused.
Well,
wait, would you say the 7 first? And...
Yeah, you would say like the smallest digit first.
Yeah, smallest to largest.
790, 700 and 1,000.
No. Well, you would like it would be 1,707 and
790.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because there's a very old English system of saying like 7 and 90, 4 and 20 or whatever.
Yeah, and all the Danish names for a lot of the numbers are based in a base 20 system, even though we have a base 9. It's weird. I hate reading.
Right. Well, I'll say it for you. I'll say 1797, but based on the quality of evidence on this website, I'm not going to trust that that's accurate without checking it out. Right. Next bit. Some fields that were once dismissed as being unworthy of study by the scientific community are now established within hard science.
Please name one.
Yeah, examples, please.
Okay, the belief that rocks could hit the Earth from space was widely ridiculous. And
suddenly J.K. Rowling is in the room, guys.
Ridiculous.
Widely ridiculous by eminent scientists of the Enlightenment. Now, the study of meteorites is an important scientific field revealing insight into the nature and history of the Earth and solar system. Well,
that is the weakest example ever.
Yeah. We've had evidence, like
I have no idea.
The fact that rocks hit the Earth from outer space is the observation. It isn't the claim in this situation. What can you say?
I have no idea if that's true. I wouldn't be surprised if it is, but like if it's a really weak example.
It is because we have seen rocks hitting the Earth, and the science is the study of what happens and how they get there. There's video footage of rocks hitting the Earth from space, and there's no video footage of Saturn affecting somebody's future love life.
So I search their citation, and the only things that pop up are other zodiac astrology sites.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So I don't think that was actually ever a thing.
Yeah, probably not. Shall we move on to opinion without knowledge?
Opinion without knowledge.
Well, we're already doing that. That's this whole site.
Many who dismiss astrology know nothing of the subject. This is immediately evident when they use the terminology such as the word astrologist or argue irrelevant points such as how the constellations have moved.
Wait. How is using words such like, is this because we don't like, if you don't say astrologer, all your points are invalid?
Yes.
Is that what they are? Is that seriously what they're arguing?
Talking about logical fallacies here. Yeah.
Oh, I like this one though. Or or the limits of planetary gravity. How dare you bring up the limits of planetary gravity?
I don't think that's not a thing. Like, gravity continues indefinitely. It just gets weaker and weaker.
Yeah, I think they were more like the weakness, not necessarily the limitation distance wise. Just the the limitations strength-wise.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean,
yeah, sure. Let's give him enough rope to hang himself, I guess.
or the false belief that astrologers claim that people are controlled by the stars.
I have never heard anyone claim that that's what astrologers believe. All I've heard is that people are influenced by the stars, or that you can predict things.
No. I'm going to contradict that now by saying that a star way out in the middle of space is like compelling me to
Masturbate.
murder Ronald Reagan.
But I mean, even that.
Oh, I thought I was going to have the crassest one.
Western astrologers say that the position of the planets within the solar system is what influences. The stars are basically just the reference, which you could easily miss out the stars and call it degrees of arc in the sky.
Yeah. It's where the suns and the planets are when you're born. That is supposed to be.
If you're talking about Indian astrology, they reference the solar system to a far off distant star, so you get a fixed point of rotation. And
whereas in Western astrology, it's just like it's where on the sky the sun and the planets are when you're born, and it's not necessarily like the stars, like the zodiacs, are just used for reference points, so we know where we are.
And so so the argument that because there's a precession of the equinox happens, and no, I've said this, I'm not going to get into it again. Carry on.
All right.
No, that sounds disjointed. Okay, so the precession of the zodiacs isn't an argument in and of itself against astrology, but people do use that. So I think that's kind of one of the points that he's getting at here.
Well, okay.
It's so stupid. That's the point.
Yeah, I'm not like so. I mean, the most constellations are made out of like either single stars far away or other galaxies or clusters of stars. Anyway, that are moving around, right?
Entirely unrelated stars make the constellations. But so what it was is the ancients saw the constellations.
Mm-hmm.
It's a convenient way of mapping the sky.
Oh yeah, I understand it's convenient.
There are patterns that we can recognize.
Yeah, and so we understand that they're not even like they're not even like on the same plane. Like they are billions of or millions of starlight years away from each other.
What they did do, and what they do now, is that by recognizing the constellations, you've essentially mapped certain amounts of sky, which you can categorize by degrees of arc.
Yeah, because otherwise, all you have is just say it's just like oh, it's in that direction at this point in time. Like it's much more convenient to say it is in this pattern of stars, and we've given them funny names. And of course, different cultures put different meanings on the different shapes they saw in the sky. And I still love that a lot of the, because most of the like modern English names for the constellations in the southern hemisphere was like, it's fairly recent. You get weird stuff like the microscope or the chameleon. that's
I've never heard of that. But yeah, so the other argument that they're bringing up here is because over 4,000 years since these, since Western astrology has been around, is that the constellations in the sky, because of the complex ways that the sun and the planets move around, the Earth and the planets move around the sun, is that the stars that were in the sky on the 1st of January 4,000 years ago are actually in a different place on the 1st of January today. So that's
because the Earth wobbles and shifts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Space
so people
space and stuff.
Use that. Yeah. People use that as an argument against astrology, saying that if you when Western astrology was conceived, Capricorn was this, but actually now you're Aquarius. Whereas what Western astrologers are saying is that Aquarius doesn't relate to the star sign Aquarius. It actually relates to the degrees of arc
region
in
of
the sky.
region of space. Yeah. Anyways, let's. I think we've already stated that once or twice. Let's move on. I'm getting an echo. I'm not sure who. Oh no, we haven't read the last part of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. This at best this is known as an argument by laziness. The argument hasn't bothered the arguer hasn't bothered. The arguer hasn't bothered to learn anything about the topic. Ignorance is no basis for opinion at worst. At worst, it's prejudice and bigotry. Oh my goodness, you're so fucking persecuted.
That's not bigotry. Like, also, it's not an argument from laziness. It's an argument from ignorance.
Yeah.
It's. Oh no! Sorry, no. It's not.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's an argument from ignorance.
And how it works.
Well, it is an argument from laziness because it.
Yeah, I fucked up. I realized it as soon as I said it.
Oh right, okay, yeah, fair play. Right, shall we quote this Epictetus quote?
Epictetus.
Epictetus. It is impossible.
Sounds like a disease.
To learn what he thinks he already knows.
Ooh, fancy.
So deep.
Yeah.
So deep.
Mind blown.
And well, for a start, it's not impossible for anyone to begin to learn what he thinks he already knows.
But yeah, that's not true. Many people have declared astrology is a belief. Well, yeah, it is. You believe in it because there's no evidence for it. It is a belief.
Well,
that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, the assumptions have been made already. Many people have claimed that astrology is a belief. Astrology, what it ought to say is many people have claimed that the positions of the celestial bodies in the sky have a noticeable and real effect on people on the earth is a belief.
Yeah, which is it's clearly a belief because we have no evidence for it.
Yeah, I mean, when you boil astrology down, you can't say many people have claimed that the positions of the planets in the sky is a belief.
Well, I think like I'm very certain that like every time they refer to astrology, they mean they don't mean the basic like thing that it was originally based on. They mean all the superstition that was like put on top of it, like a monster of shit.
Well, yeah, I know that's what I mean about the assumptions, but like if you go to like the Greeks and the Romans and the Egyptians, they all had a different set of beliefs, and then if you go to the Victorian parlor astrologers, they've got another set of beliefs as well. So there's too many assumptions there to understand that sentence correctly.
Okay, the next sentence is fucking great. That is largely true for many readers of newspaper horoscope. That is such a clear that it's true. But it's also a no true Scotsman fallacy. They're basically saying that, there are some that believe that kind of astrology, but that's not the real kind of astrology.
The point all the way through this website is that this guy is trying to separate himself from all
what he sees as the loonies, whereas we just see them as, they're slightly different loonies.
Yeah, and there's a name for that within astrology. Is a parlor astrologist, is somebody who tells fortunes based on the birth. And that's been a thing since, since the beginning of the 19th century.
It is also true for those who believe astrology to be false without any knowledge. However, for those who have studied it, astrology is a knowledge. That sentence that doesn't make sense. Astrology is a knowledge. Last time I checked, knowledge is an uncountable noun. Like you can't have a knowledge.
and I'm just trying to.
I'm fair. Like
intangible. It's intangible. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And and one that can be tested and verified. Yeah, it can be tested but not verified. Unlike a belief in a divine creator, it cannot be tested. So yeah, it can't be tested if that because a divine creator, unless you're claiming that a divine creator used exactly the same methods as science, which one day that idea becomes obsolete.
If you say the God is the universe, then yeah, sure, whatever it is. Yeah. The universe is real. I'm not gonna fucking argue.
I just love that it's like, our stuff is our nonsense is completely true and testable and valid. Unlike that, those other people stupid.
All those God people with all their God beliefs. That shit's nonsense. But
I'm not silly.
Virgo tells you
silly.
Yeah. But if you were born under the constellation of Virgo, oh man, I tell you a whole lot about your future.
Yeah, you'll be fucked.
So, right, can I interject with a housekeeping point here? Is that we are intending to finish this a bit earlier this week.
Yeah, but and actually it's good that Dan just came back because Dan.
It sort of seems like the line is a bit better now. It's very fucking odd because I just did some other basic things, like just watched a few YouTube videos and stuff. It seems the line is perfectly fine, but as soon as I go on Hangouts, I'm having problems of receiving you, although my outgoing is perfectly fine.
Yeah, it is, but it's more that, like, since you're the one who has Drawful, like, you were the one who has that game.
Yeah. I mean, if it's going upstream, and upstream seems fine, so I think it's going to work anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't...
So, my point is, if we're going to play Drawful afterwards, we've got so much interesting stuff on this one thread.
I think we should split it up.
So
I think we should make this another two-parter.
Yes.
Yeah, I really want to dig deeper because as y'all have been talking, I'm sorry, I haven't been 100% paying attention because I've been reading the page and it's oh my god, yeah, we have to come and touch upon this again.
I think next time. I think we should read a bit more of it. We should at least finish this part.
We've got a personal experience in front of us. That's like begging to be read, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's really interesting is down this link, for those who've not read ahead, which I have, he actually lists studies that that kind of disprove astrology and gives the reasons why they're not valid, and then lists the studies that have supported astrology and gives reasons why they are.
I think we should like, I think say like 7 minutes more, like, so it's an hour and a half, and then go play Drawful, and we can do the rest of it the next time as a two-part.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea.
Hopefully next time the line is good from the get-go.
Yeah.
Because this is fucking annoying.
You sound way better too, Dan.
Yeah, you sound way better right now.
Awesome.
You sound clear as crystal clear, just to use a pun, a Dan pun.
Crystal clear.
I like that. That was good.
That looks pretty good.
So I think we should finish up and say we read the experience, then we come to part 2.
Maybe Dan should read experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us experience your voice.
Yeah. Many people feel that they have the right to dismiss astrology as rubbish. I love rubbish. Without any experience or observation of how it works in practice. Simply because it doesn't work. And yeah, the evasion of empirical study is reminiscent of Cremoni and Libri's refusal to look through Galileo's telescope.
Oh yeah, that's not all the same.
Yeah, because the one is empirical.
Also, this evasion of empirical study, that doesn't make sense. how do you evade an empirical? Like that's not what empirical study means. Like them looking through the telescope wouldn't be an empirical study.
The context, I think, also matters because not that I agree with what Cremoni and Libres did or whatever, but they were in the wrong because they refused to try something new, as opposed to outright refusing to look into astrology because we had thousands of years to look into it, and it has never come in. It's never been right. It's like this. Yeah,
it's a bad analogy.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
with the telescope, the evidence is right there. I mean, there's lots of people who know astrology is bullshit, but are probably gone, let's try it out. And then they prove themselves it's bullshit, so they ignored it. But for telescope, for instance, you can go, I disagree with Galileo, I think it's bullshit, but I'm going to check for a telescope and see anyways what he means. You check for a telescope and you're proven wrong.
Yeah.
That would be similar as me going, okay, I am now going to take all the stars and whatever, try to prove something or try to get a prediction, and they do something that would have had a random outcome, but due to astrology has an answer for that random outcome. And if I can repeat that time and time again to prove that my method for figuring out future events is accurate, then astrology would have been proven correct.
Yeah, you can test it, and we have done that, and it doesn't.
But don't they say? But doesn't this like really like affect more personality stuff and not actually predicting the future stuff?
Well, it depends on
different
who you ask.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What is this about?
This guy here seems to think that it's not supposed to predict the future.
It's kind of unclear exactly what he believes.
Yeah.
Well, if it can't predict the future, then I mean, what can it do? Supposedly.
Well, this is the question. If you boil it down to its purest form, it simply maps you out where you are in the year, and which and like it maps you out in time and space essentially. And so if you're an ancient farming culture, then you can predict when to plant your crop and when to harvest it.
Yeah, it's the basic crop. Yeah, we've been over this a couple of times already.
But then, so many different people have attributed so many different mystical interpretations as well that it's hard to know what this particular person believes, because he's already done the no true Scotsman fallacy of I'm not a Victorian parlour, like a newspaper horoscope astrologer. So like, what the hell does he believe then?
Well, maybe we'll find out next time. I think we should end it here and go set up another hangout at Drew a game night.
It's almost like a cliffhanger, this one, isn't it?
Join us.
Yeah, cliffhangers are good.
Well, will the A team survive? Join us next week.
Will we ever figure out this particular website's position on astrology? Join us next fortnight to find out. That's the
Personally, I prefer ball fondlers over the A team. Just saying.
Okay, I was just going to say that's the ever sagacious Mrs. Chocolate Hat's input to the show.
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna end it for now. Doing a shorter episode this week, and we're gonna go. But join us in like a few minutes in the next hangout we'll set up where we will be playing Drawful, where you can join in and actually be part of the game.
Woohoo! Oh wait, emoji included.
Yeah.
Yes.
Audience interaction. Yay!
Woo! Yeah, so like don't forget about.
Crap, we have an audience. Wait a minute.
Don't change that channel.
Yeah, stay tuned. Like, don't go anywhere. If some emergency is happening, that can wait until after Drawful is done.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, like infants can actually have something lodged in their throat for a long time and come out only slightly brain damage. You don't actually need to. Don't take medical advice from me.
Just don't.
That's why we have professionals in the.
There's a Miranda warning on Micro's body somewhere that says all advice should be taken with a grain of salt.
Oh, no. I would love that. That would be a great tattoo. Getting the cracked Miranda warning tattooed on like your shoulder or something like that.
Seriously, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA.
Yes. I want. Oh, that. I kind of want that. That would be really funny.
But that would be funny if you went in there. If you went in there and you're like, I want the Miranda warning, and instead of they gave you the Miranda rights.
What I want to do is get that tattoo on my back, on my shoulder, and I want to go into a chiropractor and get treatment.
Okay, so are we gonna end the stream or not?
Oh yeah.
Yes, end the stream, and so we can set up a game of. We can continue this discussion in the next hangout.
Yeah.
Sadly, I will not be able to join you.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah, Smelly has to go pick up people for work because money and shit.
Yeah, money, and they don't have cars, and you know how it is.
What a bunch of assholes.
Smelly, you got a car these days? Or have you got a moped?
Actually, I ended up getting a car because I went and looked at a Honda 50, which is like a little. It's literally the moped I wanted, and I went and looked at one, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, it's in perfect running order," and I started it up, and immediately
it exploded
like
and burned off all your ass hair.
No, dude, the engine got incredibly hot way too fast, and I was like,
Ooh.
So I left it on. I got off of it and left it on while the dude and I were talking, and then it just died. And I was like, nope, no thanks. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And on that note, this hangout will die too, but we will start a new one because we have the technology to start a new one.
Right.
That was a really weak RoboCop reference. End the stream. End the stream.
End the stream.
I want to
Cut his
Push
mic.
the button.
underpants or something.
Come on, chocolate.